Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, Leeds. Hey up, everybody. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. Got to go for Father's Day. Another retro. Buzzing. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's had a good Monday. Thought I'd come on today and chat about Jaka Bijol and Nmecha. I know everyone's sort of had the say on it. But yeah, I wanted to get your guys' opinions. I wanted you to get in chat. Hopefully get loads of comments in and we'll go through it together. I aren't going to go through the statistics and all the other bollocksy bits about them because there's been enough people talk about all that. So mainly this is to get your thoughts in chat. We'll bring it up. We'll have a talk about it. Like I say, I've had a look. I've watched a few channels takes on it in these last 24 hours, and I'm fairly happy with the Nmecha deal. If I'm honest, I think that's, free transfer. I'm really happy with that, to be fair. I'm not jumping for hoops by any stretch, but I think it's a decent deal by Leeds United. And the Jaka Bijol, he's sort of been our main target so far, hasn't he, in terms of that defensive sort of structure. Looks like it's happening. As soon as Fabrizio Romano tweets anything out there, what remotely symbolises as here we go. And it's a done deal. Apparently, the fees agreed to be about 17-18 million quid. The personal terms have been agreed. So that, for me, is an outstanding signing. I don't profess to know much about him up until recently, but you hear Leeds are linked and you have a look about, and it looks class, to be fair. It looks really good. I got a little bit nervous last few days with Newcastle potentially sniffing about. We've seen ourselves, when we've looked at players in Europe before, Rodrigo, De Paul and players like that, and we've waited a bit too long. We haven't pushed button or just haven't been able to get it done for whatever reason, and a side in Europe comes along and snaps them up. But it looks like Jaka Bijol is a Leeds United player, which I'm absolutely buzzing about, to be fair. I'm absolutely buzzing. I think him and Rodan are going to be absolutely sound for us. As a newly promoted side, it's a statement signing for me, that. I just hope it gets announced officially by the club. But obviously these things can slip through the net, but I assume we are as good as it can be, really. 99.999% done. Let's see who's in the house anyway. Philip Anderson. All right, Matty and everyone. Feeling really good about the players we are getting linked with. Yeah, hope you're well, buddy. Can't wait to see the lineup will look like for the first match in the Prem. I know I'm looking forward. Obviously, I'm going to meet with all the Leeds bros in Dublin for the AC Milan game, the last friendly before the season starts. So I'm hoping we're pretty much done there. I mean, I get to see a strong lineup for that one. But yeah, that first game in Prem, mate. I can't wait. I can't wait for fixtures to come out. What we've got Wednesday, they come out, don't they? So yeah, me too, buddy. Excited, me man, me too. So I thought I'd plug this pretty early. So everyone's favourite Sean, after Wilco White's, John with Wilco White's, Mr. Sean Healy, has created his own channel. He's done a little video on that day, a couple of minutes long, explaining who he is. If you don't know who he is, where have you been, living under a rock? Everyone knows who Sean Healy is. But yeah, he's braved the YouTube scene in the chat for many moons. And now it's time to have a go on camera. So I'm buzzing for him. Show him a bit of love. Go give him some subs if you don't mind. Get over there and sub to his channel. Marching on with Sean. He is going to be doing his first proper video, I think, when the fixtures come out on Wednesday, a bit more in depth. Today was just a bit of an introduction, but you know me and Danny as well in chat. We'll plug him as much as we can with everybody else as well. So please go check out Mr. Sean Healy's channel. Wilco White, say up, buddy. And here he is. Danny Talks Leeds. Up you well, mate. I'll have to have a chin mag tomorrow. It's been a few days. And my mental health channel, Full Time to Talk. Please go check that out too. I think we're about 58 subscribers. I've got my first pre-record tomorrow with Jake from Punk Chef 41, Sheffield Wednesday fan. Going to record it and probably put it out on Wednesday night. So I'd like to get a few more subscribers so that gets seen by a few more. But yeah, thank you for everyone subscribed so far. But please check out that channel as well, Full Time to Talk. Thank you. Hi, Angela. Hope you're well. There he is, Danny. Wilco Whites. Please check him out. Hey, up Sly. Passion for Leeds, and obviously Danny runs his channel too. Danny Talks Leeds. Please check him out too. Stephen Underwood. Hi guys, how are you doing, buddy? Ina, hope you're well. Richard Woodthorpe. Fantastic start. Hope mate, great. Hell yeah. Hope you're well, buddy. Lord, hey up mate. Hope you're good, buddy. Great shirt. Yeah, I thought you'd say that, Mr. Wilco Whites. I'm buzzing with it, to be fair. Matty, that's probably one of the best Leeds shirts ever. You know what it is? I don't tend to buy the white stuff. You know, when you're a big guy like me, you wear black, don't you? You wear dark, you don't wear white. But it's a belter, this one. It's a belter. Tickle those likes for Matty up top, Banana. I hope you work well, mate. Thank you. Hey up, Nige. Evening, Matty. Loving the shirt. Happy memories of the title win. Yeah, it's a belter, isn't it? Thanks, Stanley, for the plug. That's my first ever Leeds shirt, the top man version. Quality. Evening, Matty. Love a retro shirt. Yeah, I'm going through them, mate. I'm going through them, Gary. I really am. Collecting them all. Hello, Matt. Looking fresh. Hey up, Brookie. Yeah, with me this time. Lee's live reporting Romano has jumped the gun and a deal isn't done. Ooh, imagine if that doesn't happen. To be fair, mate, it may well have jumped the gun. It may well have jumped the gun. Even if Romano wouldn't have sort of set out today, I think we've all sort of been thinking it was going to come this. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? We'll have to see. But I'm hoping it gets sold pretty early, mate. But it looks like it's somewhat like I don't think he's got a big reputation. I need to sort of behold. I don't think he's gonna be far wrong with that one. But who knows? Nmecha didn't get the email about being a bench option. He will fight for a start. I'm excited. Yeah, me too. Mate, as fans, we're all speculating, aren't we? Content creators speculating. Nobody knows what that side's going to be come first game of season. All we can do is speculate. That's all any of us do on here, Robbo, you know. So, yeah, you look at him. He's been he's had a lot of injuries. Yeah, and watched Sean at Wilco White's video earlier. Great video. Go check it out. Really breaks down Lucas Nmecha's like the last few years, really. Stats look good when you look at his goals to game ratio, but a lot of them goals came at youth level at City, so they're a little bit misleading when you look. But take his injuries out, I think he's a great profile, and he's going to be hungry as ever to get back and play football. We saw Solomon, didn't we, last year? Injury problems, comes to Leeds and, gets going again. Yeah, we're not in Championship, we're in Premier League, and it's going to be a lot harder for Nmecha to break into that team and get some consistency. And, at that level, it's going to be difficult. But there's no way is he coming, right, as a 7-cap German international and accepting being third choice, Robo, you bang on money. There's no way is he accepting being third choice. There's no way Leeds have sold him that either. I've seen people today say, he'll come on for 10 minutes and he'll jump channels and he'll take it out to corner flag. He may well do that. That may well be his game. But he ain't coming for that. He ain't signing for Leeds if that's what you're selling him. Just because he's mates with Joshua Gilavogi, and that's what Gilavogi knew were coming on. Gilavogi knew it were coming as a free transfer to come on for 5 minutes to see a game out. This guy ain't come for that. This guy's come to resurrect his career, and that is a fucking exciting signing. So anyone that's saying it's not an exciting, it's an underwhelming signing, I understand he hasn't. What's he done to sort of get a move to Leeds United? But it's spin it on its head. It's exciting to have a player who's going to be hungry for success, hungry to prove a point. He isn't a bad player. You wouldn't get 7 caps for Germany if you're a bad player. Fact. They ain't no mugs, as we know. They've done us enough times. So I'm excited to have a player hungry for minutes. So I'm with you on that one, Robbo. 100%, buddy. Medical pending, should be all good. Yeah, I think he'll pass medical. He looks an absolute beast, doesn't he? Nige, do you think Hamer is next? I don't, mate. I don't. You know what it is, David? Who knows? Who knows? It goes quiet and then they may pop up and get, bring someone in. But I just got a feeling we ain't looking like that sort of player, mate. I really don't think we are. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw I know it's hard to judge, really. You know, when you say about and maybe changing formation, changing shape, maybe not playing with a 10 and playing with another 8 in there. But I'm not too sure what they'll do. But I don't think Heyman or Buendia will come in. Mate, it's gone quiet on them now, hasn't it? Just like all that noise about Callum Wilson and that went quiet and it's not happened because obviously we brought in Nmecha now. So who the fuck is this guy? Subscribe, Sean Archer, Stop Banana, you're a legend. Hey up, Jammy. Hope you're well, buddy. Good luck, Sean. Yeah, I echo that too. When Hamface departs, Heyman will be on his way. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Have to see, won't we? Hello, all. Hey up, Michael. Hope you're well, buddy. Sean Ely, most nervous I've ever been on camera after all the stick I gave some of the lads. Haha, had to put my money where my big mouth is. Good lad, mate. Good luck, Mr. Ely. I'll be there. The dominoes are starting. Are falling. Could be a big squad ahead. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't think anyone expected us to. I mean, we all hoped, didn't we? As sort of June kicked off, we'd be in the mix signing players, and then a week or so ago, we sort of the reports going around saying that we're maybe looking at 1st of July. A lot of people sort of squashed them reports, but in back of our head, being Leeds fans, we were sort of feeling worse, thinking we were going to go all June and maybe not sign anyone. We were going to see outgoings before incomings, and all of a sudden they just hit us with that. I mean, Leeds don't even tend to sign players on a weekend, and we go get that Lucas Nmecha yesterday on Saturday I think it was, which just which were class. And then obviously this news today coming from Fabrizio that looks like we've got Bijol sort of wrapped up. It's music to his ears. It really is. We can relax a little bit now. As long as we get Bijol over the line. Nah, good lad, Robbo. Danny Green, hey up, mate. Feel like there's a little bit of squad building for now with the main and major signings coming close to the season. Yeah, potentially. We know, don't we, that the squad's got to be thicker with quality than what we've seen at championship level. There's no getting away from that. If you're looking at the 2 players we brought in or we're likely to bring in, obviously, you look at Lucas Nmecha. Yeah, he's had his injuries, but so has Bamford. Is he an upgrade on Bamford? I would say so. So if he is third choice, if that's what his role is going to be, it's up to him to better that, and I think that's what he'll be pushing for. But is that an upgrade? I would say so. Is he an upgrade on Joseph? I would say so as a player of what I've seen, what he'll give us as a profile of striker. Obviously, his injury record, it's easier to compare him to Bamford because, is it likely he's going to miss games? I hope not, but if he does, I still think in the games he's available, he'd offer more than what Bamford does. Just being younger, he's a bit more mobile. He's got the legs for it. I think a bit more than Paddy. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But the squad's definitely needs improving. Not just the 11, and we know Danny the 11 needs vast improvement. I was looking at Sunderland and Burnley side as well yesterday, and thinking, my God, we think we've got improvements to do. Those two have got some right improvements to even stand a chance. Because obviously, I'd say, and I'm sure you'd agree, we're probably the most likely to stay up out of the 3. And that's not even being biased. I'm sure a Sunderland fan would probably admit that, and a Burnley fan probably would too. I think we're more Prem ready. But we're looking at Sunderland in particular, and wow, they've got some serious tweaking to do with their side to get anywhere near staying up, I think. Yeah, well, mate, he did really well. Handle it, didn't he, under Vincent Kompany? He got about 21 goals that season in 40 games, I think it was. Going back a few years. It's hard because I hate, honestly, I absolutely hate bashing someone for injuries. I hate it. Done it with Paddy. I know, I can't be like sort of two-faced on that. It's annoying as a fan when you want to see a player play and you know what they can offer when fit, and it's annoying seeing him not play. And if this, if he comes and he don't play, is it a bad move potentially? But he's a free signing, so I think it's worth the risk because it's low risk. His wages aren't too high, I don't think, what we were on previous. And like I say, that the upside of this is if you get him anywhere near his potential, what we've seen in pass from him, then you've got a German international. He'll be coming to Leeds fully expecting to get past his injuries, be playing in Premier League, and there's every chance we've got a current German international. We saw it with Robin Koch when he was at Leeds. He got back in German national side. Nmecha will be thinking it's him. 100% he'll be thinking he can get back in the German side. Playing in Premier League for Leeds United, if he stays injury free and gets a run of games, which the kind of player he is, I think he's going to be a handful. I'm loving the fact that we're looking at physical players. We're looking at players, you know, plus 6'4". I think Nmecha's 6'1". I think Bijol's 6'3". I'm loving that. Because obviously, we're just fans. But how many times do we say as fans on here, or even in stadium when I'm at games, you know, we need to score from corners. We need someone in box who can win a header. You know, we need to be more physical. That's what we're looking at, you know, with these signings. All the links, lazy links, loose links, concrete links. A lot of these players are physical players. And that excites me. It really does. We know we're not going to have as much at ball. So with someone like Nmecha, we can go long at times. He can drop deep. He can hold it up better, I would say, than Pirro as an option. He can run the challenge. He can hold it up, you know, take it out to the corner flag if we need to hold on to, you know. He could play that role. But 100%, if he's fit, he'll be pushing for a start. And if you're Nmecha with 7 caps for Germany and you're looking at Leeds currently, and they've got Pirro, Bamford and Joseph, currently now, I know we're probably going to sign another 9 who hopefully will be a standout player. But currently now, he could be our best striker we've currently got at the club. 7 caps for Germany. He's 26 years old. He's had injuries yet. Last 2 seasons, injuries have hampered his career. If he can get past them, he's got 7 caps for Germany. If you're him and you're looking at Pirro and Bamford and Joseph, like I say, he will back himself to be better than them. But who else do we bring in? That's the exciting part. Because I think Pirro will do okay in Prem. Too risky to have him as main striker, but I think he'll do okay. I think he'll compete and he'll get goals. I think Pirro at that level. Nmecha, love the profile. Me and Sean at Wilco Weiss have been saying for a long time, someone tall, physical, you know, strong, someone totally different to Pirro, great. Who else are going to bring in? Because this is the exciting part. For me, they brought Nmecha in instead of a Wilson, instead of a Vardy. Thank God, There's still one more to come in there, though. It's great. It's so exciting. You were right, Philip, earlier. So exciting. I just can't believe it, how and why some fans are moaning about us getting it. Yeah, I suppose it's a free transfer and he's not a big name and all that, what comes with it. You're going to get people say things like that, mate. You are. It's just the nature of, we all want, you know, shiny new toys that aren't broken. And he's been a little bit broken recently, hasn't he? But it's an injury. He can't help it. He can't help it. Hopefully he's past it now. He's only 26. He's not coming cropped 30 plus year old as he's 26. Get him anywhere near, mate. And he's going to be, I think he's going to be a really good player for us. I really do. I think it's a really smart signing. Oh, what last free signing we brought in? But it won Sam Byram. How did he do? Remember that Sam Byram who were cropped? Who were broken? Fucked. Remember him, Sam Byram? Remember that guy? How did he do it last 2 years? Blue Strongbow shirt is worn by Viduka. It's the best away kit ever. 100%. I love that with Viduka on back. You know what I really want as well? I really want that away top load. Saying as a strip then, full kit wanker. That top, when we first went back up, the blue and green stripe. I actually want it with Bamford 9 on because that now holds some retro sort of feel. A few years ago now, in that game against Villa. And Danny will be wetting himself in chatty that I've mentioned that I wear the Bamford shirt. But yeah, that's sort of proper nostalgic me. That Villa away, Bamford 9 on back of that shirt. I'd love that. Might have to have a look in vintage, see if I can get it. Smash a like and subscribe, please, and hit the links in the chat if you haven't already. Good lad, Danny. Good lad. Yeah, that's it, Robbo. That's it. That's it, mate. And one more to go. And then there's definitely going to be a departure in the at least. Hey up, mate. Evening Matty and chat from a queue in Disney. Bugger. I'll be having a good time, mate. Can't wait to get you back on late night Leeds, pal. When you're back, there's no better place for Nmecha to restart once he gets on the pitch at Ellen Road. He will be a starter. Exactly, mate. Like I say, the upside is massive for the value. You know, it wasn't long ago. I think 3 years ago, he was valued at 18 million euros. It's fallen down now. Obviously, he's a free transfer. But like I say, the caps, the valuation prior, the goals prior at a young level, Man City were highly thought of at Man City. Highly thought of. So, yeah, I think it was a no-brainer to go get in. We've said on this channel many times, the free transfers this year, I think, have been crazy. Absolutely crazy. The amount of gettable players as well for Leeds United. It looks like Soufal's off to Everton, but there's so many, Kyle Walker-Peters, Soufal, Brownhill. There were loads, even the ones we haven't been linked with. There were so many talented players who could do a job for you as a free transfer. So we talk about breaking bank and spending X and Y, but, if you're smart, which the 49ers are smart, it looks like they know what they're doing. We hope they know what they're doing. They've done no wrong yet so far in my book in last couple of seasons, and this has been a nice start to a transfer window. Really nice start. Lofty going to see Mickey Mouse again, yeah. Well, now, hasn't the excitement level up? It has, Mr. Whitesnake. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you're well, Steve, over in New Zealand. It has, mate. The rumours have sort of started turning now into concrete links and moves. You know, Bijol looks highly likely. That's happened too, Mr. Whitesnake, and that's a couple of days now, a couple of decent nuggets of news there for Leeds fans. You know, we were all sort of worried, thinking we're going to go into July. Whether you're worried or not, I don't know, mate, but it's nice that it looks like it's moving now, and by the time as pre-season hopefully gets into full swing, we'll have hopefully a fair few through door to sort of start pre-season, because I don't like it when you're still signing players, you know, after the first ball's being kicked. I like to get it done early. We never do, but this is a really positive start by Leeds, and hopefully the way we're going to do business, get it done early. Recruitment and scouting teams know what they're doing. Nmecha wasn't Josh's selection. He just gave him a nudge this way. Yeah, it's nice, though, isn't it? It's nice that he sort of took Gilavogi's advice on board. He trusts what Josh says, which, let's be fair, we all would, wouldn't we? Really nice little story that, you know, I saw his post, Josh Gilavogi's post, and it was, you know, welcome to the family MOT, and just really nice. And yeah, again, another free transfer, and hopefully one that's as good. Yeah, he can, mate. He can play out wide. He's played predominantly as a striker. I think he's played once or twice in 10. Can play out wide, but, you know, it's good that he's got that versatility, and he can play across the 3 or 4, I suppose, if you take that 10 in mind as well. But he is a 9. His height, he's awkward. You see his compilation, and I know it's not a great barometer to go off YouTube compilations, but you look at his finishing. He's really good in around the box, really good in air, so many goals from headers. So it's something we're not used to seeing at Leeds, something we're not used to seeing, that sort of striker. So I'm enthused by the profile of player. The player's just got to be fit. He's just got to be available. The best ability is availability, as I always say on here. And if he is available, I think we've got a bit of a surprise package there. I really do. I really do. Memphis Flash Rich, hey up, buddy. We're staying up. You heard it here first. I think we're staying up too, Memphis. I really do. Hey up, Duncan. These first 2 signings are a good start. Yeah, 100%. 100% they are. Look, and there he is, look. Marching on with Sean. Better off using my channel in the chat. Whoops, so new this is. Go on, lad. Love that. And now a bid gone in for Noah Sadiki. Yeah, I've seen that too, Danny. I've got that noted down. He looks a very exciting player too, 20 years of age. He played a lot of football already, won the title in Belgium, can play centre-mid, DM, a bit of right-back. Looks really good in me, you know. Just been doing a bit of research on him before I come live. Fixtures out Wednesday, can't wait. Yeah, don't know if any of you guys have seen the leaked fixtures. I haven't got them on here anyway. I ain't going to talk about them because it is just a load of rubbish, I suppose. But it's going to be funny to see on Wednesday if these leaked fixtures that come out today are actually accurate. It's got us playing Arsenal at home on the Friday, but I reckon it'll be a load of tosh. Monday, Farker's looking to go 3 at the back. In certain games nights, I'd like to see him try, maybe against the big boys. Big boys. But I don't think he will, Nigel. I don't think he'll change his philosophy. I don't. It's great we've got the option, though, you know, with Bijol, Rodon and Pascal. It's a great back 3. I just aren't too sure he'll do it. It's Farker. It's Farker in it, you know. When does he ever change that sort of lineup, let alone the formation? But it's good to see we've got those options, you know. When we're looking at midfielders as well, there's a chance you could play 3 in midfield and drop that 10 and pack your midfield out to be a bit more compact. There's loads of little tweaks. I think the players we're going for with the physicality and the sort of profiles we are looking at gives us the opportunity to tweak things in game, before game, and not just play that 4-2-3-1 we used to seeing. So it's going to be exciting to see if he can adapt. You know, we all going about, are these players going to be fit? Are they going to work out? have we got a spine strong enough? You know, is the manager strong enough? You know, this is where it's exciting from a fan's perspective. So we ain't got a choice whether you rate Farken or not. You know, I rate him going up a level. He isn't going to be as good, obviously. But it's acid test for him now, isn't it? It's the acid test. So I'm just as excited to see Farker's evolution as a manager, just as I am with the players. You know, can they do it in Prem? Your Amperoos, you know, he's been there before, but is he good enough now? Bogle, is he good enough now? Tanaka, excited to see Tanaka. But I'm also excited to see how Farker does, because it's now or never for him, really. It's another attempt at it with a big club in Leeds, huge club in Leeds. You know, if he wants to be taken seriously at this level, he's got to work for him at Leeds United, really. This can turn his whole career around, can put a total sort of 360 on that whole being a Premier League manager. Well, this is his opportunity to do it. So I'm really excited to see if he can adapt, if he even needs to adapt. Is his plan A going to be good enough to stay up? Potentially. If he gets the recruitment right, too right, it could be. There he is. There's the link again. Mr. Sean Healy, marching on with Sean. I gave him an idea early for a little segment called Healy's Hot Takes, which you like that. I nearly went with that for channel name, but Healy's Hot Takes. You know, he likes a hot take, does Mr. Healy. Rob Brook, it's all about numbers. I'd like 10 new players, but we'll see what we end up with. I think 10's a bit too many, Brookie. I think we need a fair few. I've said 6. Don't you wait when people do this? Between 6 and 8. Between 6, just say 7 then, dickhead. Between 6 and 8, 7. It's hard to say, you know, like that. As they sign the players and certain players move out, certain players maybe don't move out who've expected to move on, it'll start to evolve. And I don't think anyone can really say we need 8, we need 10, we need 9. It's hard to sort of say. I've said as a rule of thumb, you're going to be talking around 6 or 7 players, but obviously it depends who stays, who goes. You know, I was thinking Bamford will go, I was thinking Melly will go, Vobert will go. I reckon those players will move on, but it's a potential a couple of them don't, you know, and then that'll change things. But yeah, it's going to be. I think that spine needs to, you know, and Bijol's a great move. We're definitely going to bring another keeper. We're looking at another central midfielder. We're looking at strikers. You know, we pretty much got a new spine there, haven't we? Just that 10 to sort out then. Fixtures out on Wednesday morning. One rumour has Arsenal. Yeah, I've seen that, mate. The lineup I've seen, sorry, the fixtures I've seen, Duncan, if they're right, that's brutal. I think it's Arsenal, City, Villa. It's something. Honestly, you play. Yeah, it's mad. You play like top 4 for 6 games or something, but it probably will be that. Hey, Matty, I got given some old Leeds shirts by my friend who works at a charity shop. One of my first losing championship final was 06-07. Hey, Michael, got given some shirts from your mate at charity shop. I think I need to know your mate. That's decent, that. Can't believe anyone would give the shirts away to a charity shop. Not your Leeds shirts. Can't do that. Surely not. Sunderland apparently interested in Cresswell. Ooh, now that'll be interesting to see how it goes on, won't it? I haven't seen that link, Nige. Fair play if he goes. Fair play. I'd love to see Cresswell over here doing well. Love to see him doing well in general. He's going to move back over here, I'd imagine, at some point. Prem level, Sunderland. It'll be a struggle because as much as I want Sunderland to stay up, and I've got some Sunderland fans who obviously sub to this channel, I hope they stay up with us. Obviously not in spite of us, but it's going to be a struggle for Sunderland, I think. They've got so much work to do with that side. Already lost Job, already lost Watson. Burnley already lost Egan. Going to lose Trafford. You know, at least we aren't losing any of our better players. You know, we ain't losing anyone. We can build on what we've got. The sides that have come up with us are losing crucial key components of why they got promoted in first place. And then they're having to fill those gaps that are being left by the best players or some of the better players. And then they're having to go again and improve on what they even had before that. So it's a difficult one where we ain't got that to worry about. What about Solomon? I don't know. He went quiet and then we seen him, you know, with holding a lead shirt of his family to do, didn't we? So I'm hoping we get him. I do. But if I'm honest, mate, as much as I love Solomon, the deals we're sort of doing at minute, just give me more confidence. If we don't get Solomon, we'll go out there and get someone even better. So Solomon, I think, is why we haven't made a move on a winger, because I think he's still our first choice. I think just the fact we know him, we know what he's capable of. We've seen him for 12 months in league. They've seen him at training for the last 12 months. He can definitely be good enough for us in Premier League and Mono. And I'd love him. He's my number one target. But I tell you what, I don't know everyone who's out there. You know, there's that Paxau I didn't know, and he's probably better than Solomon. So, and obviously I back my boy. Daughter, you know, Ramazani. So I am massively sweating about Solomon. I did think he'd be his first deal. I thought it'd be the easiest one to get done. It's not been done, probably because Tottenham now have a new manager, Thomas Frank, and he's been offered that opportunity now to spend pre-season with them. I don't think he's going to stink the joint out, so I think he stays with Tottenham. Simple as that now, you know. And I'm gutted about it a little bit. But there is better players out there. There is. Nmecha has pace and can hold the ball up, so better than Pirro in some games. 100%, mate. 100%. And not be funny, I love Pirro, but Mecha's going to look at Pirro and think I'm better than him. I can compete with him. 100%. Michael got, when's the Creator Cup? Is it coming? 20th of July, mate. 20th of July. Get your send there. Danny, one of me and Matty's WhatsApp group is enough. Already throw a grenade in last night. When didn't even mean to. 20th of July, yeah. Danny Green, there's a couple of free signings with Premier League experience. Might be worth getting a couple of these and accept their wages. Might be higher. Yeah, 100%, mate. Honestly, the free transfer list this season, Danny, it's been a good one, to be fair. There's been some really good players in there. Hope Matty's fit. Honestly, I've still got to try and keep hold of the title to be the best footballer in Leeds over 18 stone. I can't go under the 18 stone threshold, otherwise I'm just another footballer. I don't want to be another footballer. I want to be the best footballer in Leeds over 18 stone. So I'm flirting with that. But yeah, I'm eating a little bit cleaner. I'll try and get some steps in and a few jogs, I think, beforehand. But I'm gonna come in around that way. You know what I mean? What is everyone saying? We will go down. Every football channel I see, they are saying we are down. It's just the lazy nature of the obvious. It's the obvious, David. And I'll be honest, when you spin it and go, who's going to go down instead of us? It's hard to pick. It's so hard to pick. I'd look at Brentford now. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows who Brentford are going to have as a manager. I've seen it might be Keith Andrews. I thought that was a joke. I thought we'll past April 1st. That's fucking mental. But the fact they've lost Thomas Frank, they might lose Mbuemo, they could be in trouble. But it's hard to pick sides to go down instead of us. And the obvious three are the ones that's come up, David, because that's what's happened recently. But, you know, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. And I tell you now, that it ain't going to happen, lad. It ain't going to happen. Lee's been in for Diarra from Strasbourg. Yeah, again, it sounded like it could be a tough deal for Leeds to do, Nige, based on the fact that, you know, that's come out from reports at YEP that could be the most difficult one to do. There were rumours at Ellen Road before he played England. He looked brilliant against England. Go get the deal done. 22, 23 million, I think it is. We apparently bid. I don't know why. It's going to be too hard to get done. If we value him to a point of going, you know, if we think he's good enough to be putting a bid of 22 million quid in, if it's a couple of million quid to get him, just go do it. If Leeds think 22 million this guy's worth, if they're asking for 24, he's obviously worth it. 21-year-old wears captain's armband for Strasbourg. International. Looks brilliant, doesn't he? I've seen people aren't happy with Bijol signing as well. Yeah, there's this notion going around that he's got a lack of pace. He hasn't got a lack of pace. Just pace isn't his biggest strength. Because he isn't as quick as he's as good as other stuff. Do you know what I mean? But he isn't slow. At all. I seen a clip earlier when he won ball in his area, passed it, ran down wing, got played through and went one-on-one with keeper and scored a goal from centre half. He ain't slow at all. Full-time Leeds out, mate. I think it's time the fans start trusting the 49ers. They know what they're doing. 100%. 100%, mate. They've done nothing in the last 2 years to suggest otherwise. They're getting decision right. Almost every decision right. You know, as fans, what do you want to see? You want to see your club moving forward and evolving with times. A few months ago, bang, look what stadium's going to look like in a few years. Amazing. You know, get promoted, win title. Stadium's going to look like this. What an amazing couple of months it's been for Leeds fans. You know, we get a little bit, we want some transfers in. We've been promoted weeks and weeks and weeks now, more than these other sides. So we've had a little bit longer to wait. Now, all of a sudden, it's kicking into action. It's still got plenty of time yet before pre-season really kicks in and gets going, and we have games and all that stuff before season starts. Plenty of time, and we're already doing business now. 100% you've got about 49ers. They know what they're doing. They're shrewd businessmen. They do it all very quietly. The Bijol one's been around. That got leaked. That looks like it's happened now. Fair enough. But there is going to be a few more in there we've not heard of. And what will happen, just like the Nmecha one, something will get dropped on there and bang, it'll be done within 24 hours. If Nmecha can't help his injuries, then why people moan about Bamford being injured? It's not his fault, it's Bielsa. Bielsa! Richard, I think he's a great signing for the squad, and if he does a good job, he will get game time in the team. Yeah, he will do. He will do. I think he's going to be a great addition. Matty, get the dark blue and green striped away shirt with your bower on it. Away shirt. Oh, mate, beauty that. Beauty. I think Matty kicked me out of the WhatsApp chat. I did. Us optimists get to be real smug now. You're all right, Joe. Hope you well, mate. Agree full time. People still have that stigma. I follow American sports franchise, and they were there, operated ultra professional. Yeah, 100%, mate. You can just see where it's run now, can't you? Remember before we would have this chairman tweeting stuff out and stuff, and it's just, it makes you sick. Look at Sheffield Wednesday. Disgusting club. Disgusting owner, should I say. At least we ain't got no line no more. Classic all white, no fucking about. None of those blocks, mate, that we think are going to come on this season's, no. Richard, going on Halls tomorrow. That means plenty of breakfast with red and brown sauce. Cannot wait. Yeah, you never forget that one, do you? Never forget that one. Brown for sausage, mate, and hash brown. Ketchup for eggs and bacon, mate. That's how it works. The people complain about Nmecha transfer, no doubt, have never even said, no, the water done. The water done. Because if you actually seen the clips of him playing, it looks a handful. You're just looking at the fact he's been injured lately. And like I say, if this were a 5, 6, 8 million pound transfer, then I'd be totally with him on that. I'd be like, what are we doing? You know, it might not be masses of money, but for the chance of him being injured is quite high. You don't want to be spending that sort of money. The fact he's free. The fact he looks buzzing to be here, you know, off his interview, I don't really get why anyone's bothered about this. I really don't, especially when it got brought out as well. And Graham Smith said straight away in same piece when he put it out there that this isn't Leeds' main number 9. We are going to look at another one. Like straight away, that put to bed any doubt that this is our main number 9 now. You know, and that's a shut up shop. The fact he came out and said that put me at peace straight away. So the fact we are going to sign, you know, a 9, an expensive 9, a better 9, whatever you want to sort of call it, someone who I think will lead the line, maybe with Pirro, that'd be for them to fight out. But Nmecha's definitely got that. He's going to have that hunger about him to prove his fitness and prove his good enough to play for Leeds United. Like I say, have we seen much in Pirro's sort of career? Yes, enough for him to, you know, if it had been German, to be playing 7 caps for Germany, maybe not. Nmecha's got 7 caps for Germany. He's obviously a player there. I think we finished 12th. Oof, Sean, wild. I hope so, mate. I hope so, buddy. I think it will go quiet now, a couple of teas and then nothing. I enjoyed the who factor with it. Yeah, it will good, mate. And you're probably right with that. I don't expect us to sign anyone else for, you know, a little while now. It might be a few days. It might be a week. It could be 1st of July. Who knows? But they've definitely got us a couple little bits. I mean, do you reckon that's it with Bijol? As in, that's all we'll hear now till 1st of July? I'm assuming we'll hear something concrete. Will Leeds announce it tomorrow, or is that as good as done and we've got to wait now till 1st of July for Leeds to announce it? I don't know how it works. I'd like to hope that we hear something concrete from club saying he's our player. But yeah, I agree. I think that's sort of, there you go, Leeds. Stop panicking, and we'll bring in some more in maybe in a week or so. Oh, mate, yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, it would, mate. Hopefully that's right. Hopefully it's right. What's scary though, looking at the fixtures and you go through and you're like, that's a tricky game. Oh, that's a tricky game, and all of a sudden you're getting a cluster of 3 or 4 games where you're like, shite, where are we getting a win here? And David Gray, mate, he will need to change, but unfortunately, I don't think he will. Yeah, I don't think he will. I don't think he will. That's why it's imperative he gets. We have a good squad. You know, in Championship, he didn't have to adapt really and change in terms of, you know, really during games or sort of matching opposition up with certain formations because he had best players. Simple as we give him the best players for that division. You know, your Tanakas, your Ramazanis, your Solomons, technically gifted. Rothwell. We ain't going to have the ball that much in Premier League, so we need physical players, strong players, players who can cope with, you know, players with decent engines on them who can get up and down, because it's going to be so different to playing last season with ball playing at our pace. You know, we probably have to set up in a low block in some games, try and absorb pressure, catch people on counter. That's probably where we're probably gonna have to play. I don't think as fullbacks can get as high, but I don't know about a formation change. I just don't see it. But it's gonna have to be a little bit more pragmatic. We can't play as open as we did last season. You know, with fullback. I mean, Firpo were playing as a 9/10 at times. It was ridiculous seeing him stood on penalty spot. Premier League, you lose ball there, you're done, aren't you? You're done. They'll just punish you every time. So I think there'll be slight tweaks, but I don't expect mass formation changes. But it is good. We're linked with players, and it looks like we're bringing players in who can play in, you know, who, like you say, Bijol is used to playing, you know, as one of 3 at the back. That's brilliant. And a lot of players would advocate that should be where we go forward in certain games. I don't think it happens, but at least the option's there. You know, worst case scenario, David, it don't work out for Farker. Worst case, I think he'll be there come end of season. I think we'll stay up, and he'll still be there. Then there's a decision to make beyond that. But say worst case scenario, it don't work out, and he want to lose his job. You know, another manager comes in, may fancy 3 at the back. If you're signing players like Bijol, it gives you the opportunity to do that with Pascal and Rodon. So, you know, they may be looking at that as well. You need players who can play different formations regardless, because we don't know how the season's going to pan out yet, doing whether he'll still be there come game 38. If Farker sticks to 4-2-3 win every game, we're going to struggle. But it's going to be a struggle anyway, Nige, isn't it? Going to be a struggle, but a struggle for me can still mean getting in around the 40 points mark and finishing 15th, 16th. You know, that's still a struggle, but my God, that'd be a nice little struggle, wouldn't it? Auckland FC 0, Bayern 10, and not a word over here. Wonder why. I have yet to see any football stories over here. Sad, that is sad, mate. That is sad. They beat everyone like that, though, in pre-seasons, Stevie. Beat everyone like that. Some right scores over years. It's 11v11. We shouldn't fear anyone. No, and I don't think lads will, you know. Remember when we got promoted under Bielsa? We were just dead excited as fans, and players were just playing new stadiums and that. We sort of know what we're facing now, don't we? So it's a little bit more daunting. But yeah, they'll be excited, but lads, you know, they'll know. There is a particular chance as well, Robbo, that there's that like positive bounce from going up. You know, you can do it. Obviously, we saw Ipswich go from League One right through at Prem, so you can get that bounce where you go in with full of confidence, and we should be confident. You know, hopefully the fixtures are nice to us where we get an all right positive start. It'd be awful, no matter what you say about Arsenal. It'd be great first game of season. It'd be awful to get like an Arsenal, Liverpool, or City, 2 of them in a row, 3 out of your first 4 games. You don't want to get to game 5 and not win a game. So as much as it'd be nice to start the season with a bang, the most important thing is starting the season with a win. So, you know, if it's a bit of a lesser team, Brentford at home, it may not be glitz and glam we'd all want, but, you know, to get 3 points opening day season would be fucking great, wouldn't it? But yeah, I don't think the lads will fear anyone. They'll be dead excited, but you know, we know what we're facing as fans, and it's going to be a nervy season. It's going to be a nervy season. We will get Hamer in at 10. I just don't think we will, David. I hope we get that sort of player in at 10. I want a flair player. I want someone who's got that X factor, and Hamer has. Honestly, I'm like that with Hamer. I really am. I think it's more just the whole Sheffield United vibe and this season and stuff, and the fact he got played a year when he shouldn't have got it. That's not his fault, don't get me wrong. Left a bit of a sour taste, but it's possible. It's just gone quiet, so, but that doesn't mean anything. That might be frigging signing today for all we know, you know. Yeah, that would it, mate. Arsenal, City, Villa, Palace, and someone else, yeah. it would a tough start, but it's going to be that, innit? Bamford going, he says he thinks he's going to get an England chance to now. He's going to push for it, so it's going to be interesting to see how that one goes, because that's a hot take. That there, Healy, is a hot take. Robbo, whatever the fixture list is, it's going to be brutal, whoever we face here is. Cresswell done well in a poor league. Yeah, he has done well in a poor league. He did well overnight for under 21s, got a goal. I just think we let him go too early. I said at the time, Farker didn't like him. He had a fallout with Farker or whatever, but I do think he's going to be one that bites on arse. And he's the sort of player you want to play for Leeds, isn't he? Someone who supports the club, you know. Yeah, Sean, that's it, mate. Yeah, is he, mate? Is he? Yeah, that's it. He's gonna start pre-season with Imagine and see how it goes. But I expect him to impress there. I really do. I think he'll impress there and do all right. Yes, I am, mate. I've started something out for kids, so I will be training with the Yorkshire Roses on Saturday. So I'll let you all know Saturday night or Sunday how I got on. I'm going to be blowing out my ass. We've got an hour's training session scheduled in somewhere. Me, Joe, and a few of the others. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to be interested to see who can actually play, because I can play, but I just can't move. So it's going to be interesting to see. I've been really good at that walking football. You ever seen anyone do that? Walking football. Evening all. Hey, Richard. Hope you're well, buddy. Yeah. Mad though that he might get the gig, that mate. Oh, Jam, I've lost a lot of weight recently by quitting orange juice and drinking water. Good for you, mate. Is the task going to be on point for the Creators Cup? Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. And for my walk in September, I'm going to try and get people who are doing it as well. Even our last, by the way, not to shave the tash for a month before. We'll all do it with big tash tickles on his top lip. Yeah, I agree, buddy. I agree. There you go, mate. I should be doing. Smash a like and subscribe. Yeah, please do. Please do. I've always said 15th. I hope so. Couple of channels here Danny's put in. Mr. Sean Healy's got a channel. Anyone who doesn't know, Sean Healy now has a channel, marching on with Sean. Danny Rumsey with 200 subscribers this week. Brilliant. Go check him out. Passion for Leeds. Absolute legend, my mate Callum and Sean at Wilco Whites. Spoiled for content. Michael got, hopefully these signings will get us to 12, keep us up, then build it bigger for season after. Yeah, I hope so, buddy. And I think they will as well. Yeah, and please stick a subscribe on me and a like on me if you don't mind. And please check out my new channel too. Please give it some love. I'm on there tomorrow. Well, I think I'll be posting on Wednesday night, but I'm doing a stream tomorrow. First mental health stream with a guest. Football, mental health, my two biggest passions outside my family. So please go over there and subscribe as well. Try to build a community, not just the Leeds fans. Try to get fans from all clubs to sort of come together and have a community similar to this. You know when you're in my chat, all my regulars, you know my chat and my community is a really good one. I know everyone's got watches, you know, all the YouTubers on the scene, but I don't get any toxic comments out on it. It's brilliant. I'm so happy with the people I've sort of drawn and attracted to my space, and I absolutely love it. So if I could get a few more of you over there, that'd be buzzing with that. So thank you. Yeah, cheers, Jamie. Yeah, 30k a week. Yeah, that's what we're on. Only 30k a week. Yeah. How did he even eat? Matty, go check out the Square Balls interview. How will get? Yeah, I've seen it today, mate. I've marked it from my watch list. I'll probably watch it tomorrow on the way to work. Yeah, I will watch it, mate. Does he look well? I haven't watched it yet, like I say. No idea, mate. He's on a free. Don't know why people moan, mate. I really don't. Question, Matty. If Leeds got another number 9 lined up, but don't mind the signing, would you be happy with the strikers we will have? No. But You just got to hope Bamford and Nmecha would be fit. Don't you? But no, I wouldn't be. It's an hard one because I actually think Pirro will do all right in Prem, and I think Pirro will play big minutes. Even if we go out there and sign a top 9, I don't think Pirro plays next to nothing. You know, I think Pirro's going to play a lot of minutes this season. I do. So Pirro potentially, regardless of who we bring in, could still be a mainstay at 9. And Nmecha, obviously, decent level, just his fitness. Bamford, his fitness, and Joseph for me is the worry. I would say Joseph's probably bottom of them 4. But I would just have to base it on the fact that you'd have 4. One of them didn't do it at Championship. Other 2 have injury records. Hopefully, they're both past it. And Pirro is unproven in Prem. So it's a scary proposition that to go into a Premier League season with survival being the key aim and key goal, Danny. But if everyone were fit, there's scope that those 3 would do okay. But for me, there's no way that happens anyway, Danny. And we need to go out there and get someone who we know who hasn't got a bad injury record, someone who's fit and firing. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who we bring in now. You've got that technical player in Pirro, you've got that sort of physical, tall, strong presence in Nmecha. But then what we're going to go for the actual main 9 spot, which I believe is what we're going to go do. I'm expecting a striker to come in, or me, Danny, for 20+ million, and that's where I'm sort of thinking. And then, you know, if you let Joseph go, if you let Bamford go, one of them probably goes. All of a sudden, that top end of pitch looks really interesting, doesn't it? You know, really good competition for places. Yeah, well done on that as well, Joe. Well done battling that. I watched your videos on the walk, buddy. It looked awful. So fair play for digging in, mate. Absolutely. Honestly, the last video, Joe, when you walk in and you can see Ellen Road in distance, unreal. That must have been so like a humbling thing when you get there. Hope Largy takes the 11 shirt. Was fuming the Yank got the 11 after being a Judas. Yeah, I hope so too, mate. Nmecha hasn't been for the medical yet and can announce he's our player, but won't join until July 1st. Yeah, I'm off to make me tea. Hey, Jammy, no worries. Take care, everyone. Cheers, Jammy. Take care, buddy. Have a good Tuesday, mate. Don't want the Friday game as our first. Hope it's a Saturday. I hope it's Saturday too, mate. Although I do love Ellen Road under lights, I ain't gonna lie. And I assume there ain't gonna be many night games in Prem. You know, a lot of Tuesday nights in the Championship. I assume there isn't going to be as many night games. So the odd Friday night, I won't mind. Don't get me wrong. Exactly, Sean. Yeah, me too, mate. Again, it's gone quiet. I'm like, yeah, but that's sometimes when stuff happens. I would be devastated if we signed Josh Sargent. And again, I'll always put context to it about the 49ers. If the 49ers sign him, I'll have to start trying to force myself to see why. But I don't think they get much wrong. But I'm just hoping they don't go down that route. I don't want to sign anyone from Championship, really. There's a couple I like in there. I don't mind Cooper, goalkeeper from Sheffield United, but he'd be way down my list before I even look at him. I don't mind Burrows at left back. Really like Burrows at left back, by the way. I'd have him as a second left back to somebody else. Hamer, obviously, yeah, that could happen. Who knows? I'd have to get on board with it. But I don't really want to be looking at Championship. And we're not a minute, are we? We're not. It proves it. We're not. Our first game be Monday night at home at Liverpool. Potentially. Even potentially. I just don't think he'll change it. But, you know, away to City, away at Arsenal, how can you not adapt to your formation, your tactics? How can you I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I'm excited for it, though. I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait. Cannot wait for it. Bring it on. Yeah. Well, they've got a thing on there. Now when Leeds are involved, putting champions against champions. With us not going to win many games next season, will we get many meltdowns? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm not expecting to win as many, so maybe not. You know me, I can't hide my pure emotion. So it'll be interesting to see how I feel. But yeah, in terms of, you know, last season when we're slipping up, the odds, even some draws, but you know, when you're losing at Millwall and stuff, I can't hide that emotion, mate. It just comes out of me, you know me. Matty's Millwall meltdowns, but Depends, doesn't it? Depends how games go, how it pans out, and how frustrating decisions are by Farker, and if there's any poor performances. Say I spend my money, I spend a lot of time away from my family, a lot of time invested in Leeds United in general, even just sitting down thinking, staring into space, thinking about this bloody club. So yeah, it runs deep, mate. It runs deep. I'm looking for 10th or 11th this season, confident about being mid-table. Banana, love that. Carl Henry, say up, mate. Matty, our fullback will still attack next season. We play 4-2-3-1 with a double pivot, and that system is geared towards fullbacks attacking with our two pivots protecting the counter attack. Yeah, I hope it works. I just don't think we're going to be able to be as. I don't think his fullback's going to be able to play as high, as consistently like they did in Championship. Like I said, I don't think Farker will change how we really play game to game. I hope he tweaks it, but I don't think he will. But I think that the tweak may be, maybe we'll look at bringing in a bit more of a defensive-minded left back, and Bogle gets that free rein to go down right. And like in the first season in Championship where we had Archie Gray at right back, Firpo did most of attacking down left. Archie Gray always sort of tucked in. He didn't overcommit down that right hand side. In my opinion, I don't think we have two fullbacks who are bombing on all time. I think one might stay, one might go. But if we don't attack fluently down the flanks and we play 4-2-3-1, I don't know where we're getting his goals from, because the style of football we do play, Carl, relies on cutbacks from wide areas. That's how we play. We don't tend to build up through middle. We play out wide. So, yeah, if we can't overcommit on out wide down those wings, where we're getting his goals from, because that is our best form of attack, or it has been, for the last couple of years. So I just sort of think they may look at getting a bit more of a defensively sound left back, and that'll sort of give us a bit more solidarity. But you're right in what you're saying, if they both go pivots, and I sort of get that. But within Prem, I don't think they're going to be able to go as gun-ho. Yeah, I know you do, mate. Like I say, if he comes, mate, I'll be on the bandwagon. I'll have to be. We'll all have to be. But yeah, I'm just not too sure now. Matt Moran, big love from Rochester, New York, mate. Oh, Leeds out here. Hey up, Matt. Lovely, love that. Thanks, buddy. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Hey up, Tez. There you are. Goalkeeper need doing, then we can relax it. Yeah, to be fair, it's gone quiet on goalkeeper again, hasn't it? But maybe that means something's happening. Don't worry about Melier being number one. That ain't going to happen. But yeah, that's like the next one, isn't it, really? You just want that one sorted so we can sort of... what's that? Michael got, Danny, you've been on Sean's new channel. Yeah, as a guest. All right, you blocked. No, Richard. No, surely not. Danny said that, though. Surely not, though. Tickle those likes. Yeah, please stick a like on. Please subscribe if you're new here. Much appreciated. We've been with so many goalkeepers, but now it's gone quiet. Yeah, as like I say, Lord, does that mean we're about to sign one of them, pal? Yeah, it'd be nice to get one done. But honestly, that's the position that is one of my most important positions. I've said it all season, really, last season. One of the first dealings I'd do, but I aren't stressing about it, because for me, it's the most obvious one that will get done. There's no way at all Melier starts for Leeds going forward. There's just no way. So as much as it needs to be done, I aren't stressing about it, because honestly, there's absolutely no chance does he start that first game of Premier League season. We will sign a goalkeeper. We will. Yeah, love that, mate. All square ball lot were near me on what they should have called for a brew. Got to drop off, work starting in 5 minutes in a bit, everyone. See you later, Joe. Take care, buddy. Like to see a goalkeeper coming in soon. Want to see our new spine side of pre-season. Yeah, me too. I think there'll be a few signings probably coming towards back end of pre-season, but hopefully we'll get that, like you say, that spine and those vital positions sort of ironed out early doors, which it looks like we might be doing. I think the players we are buying sure that Fark is willing to change things up if need. I hope so, mate. I hope so. For me, I'm just seeing more than anything the clear push towards physical players. He knows we ain't going to have the ball as much. We ain't going to dominate games like we did. We ain't going to play it on our terms. I don't think a formation adaptation is going to happen, but I definitely think a tweaking how we play will have to happen. And I think that does naturally happen. The fact that we'll be playing against sides who have the ball a lot more than we do. So it's going to be interesting to see how we go, mate. But the physical element of it, the players we're getting in, or the players we link, should I say, are filling me with confidence. They really are. Yeah. My worry is, will he use full squad and rotation? Got to be a must, and substitute got to be there. Not like Jamie. Yeah, you want to be seeing subs early in the 70th minute, don't you? That squad needs to be utilised. But first, he's got to get that squad. He's got to get a squad that he trusts. So these players coming in, like Ramazani, one of my favourite players, as everyone knows on this channel. It felt like he didn't trust him last season. The season before that, it felt like he didn't trust Jaden. It felt like he didn't trust Cresswell. I don't feel like we can get away with it, Premier League, him having one or two players on that bench or in that squad who we don't fancy. He needs to sort of fancy everyone. He needs to fancy everyone. He needs to sort of look at every player and see value somewhere along the line in terms of whether it's starting, whether it is an impact off bench. But we can't be having one or two players in our squad that he don't fancy. And we've seen that over the last 2 seasons, he's had one or two players he doesn't fancy, or for whatever reason he's had an issue with, whether it's a lack of training, effort in training, whatever it is. We tend not to hear this much elsewhere, but the last 2 seasons we've had it both seasons. So I'm hoping, whether it is a player not performing in training, hoping there's just none of this happens next season, because every single player, we need every percentage of every single area of the club, transfers, players, the chef in the bloody kitchen. Everybody needs to be 100% for us to stay in this division. Everything has to be on point. So 1 or 2 players out of a 22, 24-man squad not being fit for selection, or not in Farke's eyes, not up for selection, isn't good enough. So whatever the reason, it needs to be sort of ironed out, and I hope every single player has value this season. Yeah, me too, mate. Liverpool away. I'm hoping to get to that one as well. I do my match day vlogs every home game. I'm hoping that continues in terms of I don't struggle to get tickets, because I know it's going to be well hard. I hope I can get to every home game like I normally do. But with the Garforth Whites, where's me at? There it is. With my Garforth Whites, I'm hoping to do some away games this season. My boy Danny has told me, he said, I'll guarantee you a Scum ticket, guarantee you a Tottenham ticket, guarantee you a Liverpool ticket. I want to do Sunderland, I want to do Newcastle. I want to do about 5 or 6. Can't take piss. We're getting divorced before I've seen my anniversary, man. Why so many people convinced we ain't winning many games next season? Every game is winnable. I think we may surprise a few. I think we surprise a few teams, Dirty Leeds. Just off the bat, I don't think we're going to win. They say if you can win 11 games, you stay up. 10, 11 games, you stay up. Well capable of that. Well capable. Can win 15? Yeah, of course we can. But I don't think it's... I can't look through any other glasses than the realistic ones, and for me, it's going to be tough. But that doesn't mean it won't be a great season. That don't mean we can't go away to Scum, away to City, and have some massive victories. Of course we can. I just don't think we're going to be finishing 9th, 10th, 11th. I think it's be a little bit further down than that, just based on how strong the league is, pal. But 100%, we can be winning more than 5, 6, 7 games. I think we'll be out of trouble most of the season, but we're going to be within touching distance of me of that bottom 3. Touching distance might be 5, 6 points, but I don't think we're going to be looking over the shoulder that much, because I honestly believe Burnley and Sunderland will struggle, and it pains me that, because I do like Sunderland. Obviously, my good pal's a Sunderland fan, but I think they're going to struggle, and I do believe Brentford currently is my tip to go down, but we'll see. Noah Siddiqui the next, and Habib Diarra potentially. Yeah, so I'll pang this on screen. What I put on earlier. Leeds United are the first to make a move for Noah Siddiqui. The Peacocks have made contact to gauge the intentions of Union Saint-Gilloise management, with an initial offer starting at €10 million. So that is an interesting one. So obviously, again, didn't know much about him. Had a look. Very highly rated, brilliant talent, 20 years of age, can play multiple positions. Imagine a really good Jamie Shackleton. Play right back, play centre mid, DM. Looks great talent. Played for Belgium through all the levels, up to didn't met senior level, now plays for Congo. He's played in Europa, 10 games in Europa League this season. Won the league in Belgium. Decent player. That sort of money, don't get me wrong, I expect him to turn it down. If teams like Leeds United are in for him, I expect him to turn it down at €10 million. But How much more does it take to get that deal done? Maybe not much. Maybe not much. Maybe not much. Yeah, we ain't going straight back down. We ain't going straight back down. They've built a side. Last 2 seasons, they built a side capable of getting promoted, and they did it. Now the objective is to build a side capable of staying up. They can do that. They can 100%. They can do that. We've already got a decent foundation there to build on. Yeah, he did that. Josh Gillavogie, mate. He's definitely helped get that deal over the line for me. It is up to Farker. He knows he is prem. Sink or swim. If he wants to swim, he needs to have a plan B, plan C. We shall see, mate. We shall see. Say if they flip-flop too much between philosophies and ideas, then you can lose dressing room as well. So that's why they do stick to the main principles. Whatever plan A is, try and do it better. They stick to that until it's getting a bit untenable, and sometimes they've got to change it. But the players we're linked with, the players it looks like we're bringing in, can adapt to other systems. So at least if he needs to, there's potential there to change stuff, rather than just hampering you with signing a certain player who only fits one system. Hopefully we get more players in who are a bit more versatile. It just gives him more scope to play with as the season goes on, doesn't it? By the start of the season, other teams will be shaking in their boots with what we will have built. Michael, I love it, mate. I love it. Yeah, me too, mate. We need eight homegrown players in 25-man squad. And that's the best thing about Nmecha as well, is homegrown, because he come through City's academy. Mai, with that hat on, you look like Russ Abbott. We need a tall mid-centre. Sousa would fit. Yeah, I like Sousa as well, mate. I do like Vinny Sousa. But give me Habib Diarra any day, mate. Yeah, he does, mate. He does. We can't say we ain't going down. All the players have to gel together, and some might not for a few months. Farker is not for me, mate. Matty, sorry. I think great championship, but that's his level, pal. People will hate this statement, but I think the mistake seemed great, but Farker is the problem for me. Entitled to your opinion, buddy. I won't back no opinion away on this channel for sure. And again, I don't think it's definitely not like a delusional comment that, mate. It's something that has crossed my mind when it were going rough patches last season. And when I say rough patches, a couple of draws in a row, 1 win in 6 looked bad, but it were only 1 defeat in 6, as well as my best pal Priestley would always tell me. But you know what it is, mate? You've got to give him a crack at it. We are giving him a crack at it. The only way to give him a fair crack is to back him. It looks like they're going to do that. And then it's down to him, innit? We can say the same about a lot of players. If we're saying Farker might be a problem, is he good enough? I don't know. We could say the same about a few players as well. Is Ampadu good enough? He's got to prove it. Bogle's got to prove it. Everyone's got to prove they're at that level now. Like I say, it's up to him now, mate. He isn't going to get a bigger job than this for me. It's his biggest job I think Farker ever has. I don't think he improves on a Leeds United. Unless he turns into absolute will beaters, and then we'll see what we maybe I'll eat my words. If he does go on to bigger things than Leeds United, then he's done something good with Leeds United, so I won't mind. But yeah, it's up to him now to prove everyone wrong, because he's gonna be faced with this now, mate, until we stay up. Even 17th people will probably have a pop at him and say we could have done better and all this. But if he stays up, does he get the opportunity then to build again? Who knows? But first and foremost, can we give him the tools to ensure survival? I believe we can. It hasn't worked before, but obviously we know the context. We know why it's not worked before. You've got to back him. I've got to back him. I've just seen him, on top of a bloody bus going out City Centre doing all this. You know what I mean? I love all that shit. I love all that. Wait till we lose one of the games in Prem, and then we'll see if I have a meltdown first. Then we'll see, and then we'll talk. But nice. I'm excited for it. And I'm excited for him. He deserves a crack. How much do I owe you to plug my channel? 10 an hour. Been on 1 hour and 8, so just over the 10, mate. Top half finish for us this season, I hope so. You're really, really optimistic, and I love it, Philip. I think a little bit lower down than that, but with the recruitment, anything can happen if you get it right, buddy. Anything can happen if you get it right. I hope you're right, buddy. Hi, Matty. Things are happening. All those 1st of July signings blown out of the water. Hey, up under, yeah, 100%. Who needed to wait for PSR splitter? Nobody. Howard on the square ball was great, and he's getting a statue at Leeds now. Great bloke. Sound that man. Yeah, I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I'm on my way to work. Farker is unknown in the Prem. People judging him on a budget of 50p with Norwich. Those people are fools. Yeah, 100%. It's just such an easy thing to say, and it was been there before. It didn't work. But so what? He had no money to spend. I'm not being funny. Even with money, put 50, 60, 70 million or whatever into Norwich, it's still Norwich City. Like, it's still Norwich City. What are they expecting to achieve? Been an established Premier League side. I just don't see it. I didn't see it then. I don't see it now in the future. You know, it's Norwich City. There's a limit to what they can do, regardless of what money Farker spent when they were there. Yeah, I love that, mate. Yeah, you're right. I do actually say that usually, Anthony. It's the best job in football, mate. It's the biggest and best job in football, but I love that, mate. Legend. Michael got 1920. I respect your view and understand you don't think Farke's right. Just got to back him. Then in December, if he's messed up, then pull. Yeah, 100%. That's what I mean. 1920. You might not rate him. You're entitled to your opinion, but you know, I'm assuming, like us, every game you'll be cheering for boys. You'll either be there or watching, or whether you go or not, you'll be cheering boys, and hoping he proves you wrong, won't you? Ultimately, we don't know. We don't know. It's all speculative right now, but yeah, we'll all get behind him. The 49ers field goal kicker, Mr. Chip Shot, that the night coached, announced they were looking for his replacement. So much for moving in silence. Just saying plan B. Good lad, mate. I'm not here to make new friends. I agree. He deserves a chance, pal, but Premier League is a different animal and his tactics worry me. Yeah, everything that annoyed me last season, mate, and there were a lot about Farker, a lot. If he does it again in Prem, it's going to be amplified like when he ain't bringing a sub on until 70th minute, you know, and we're drawing 1-1, and you're thinking, make a change, you know, we could be 3 down in Prem with no sub on 70 minutes. It's going to be times 10, times 100. Any decision is made that's been wrong in Championship, it's going to be so amplified. Honestly, it's going to stand out so bad. The world's eyes are on Premier League. The media will be on it. You know, Leeds United clicks galore. All the sites, all the media will be all over it. If it goes bad at Leeds United, it'll go very bad because the media will jump all over it. So yeah, it's there's a lot that he's frustrated about Farker, but there was also a lot frustrated about the guy over my shoulder, and he's an absolute god to me. So you've just got to hope the bits he gets right is enough. But yeah, he won't get it all right, that's a fact. Get a Matty statue at Ellen Road with that hat on. Come on, you know Richard, lad. Cheap and cheerful, Matty, love it. Club World Cup is on Channel 5 if anybody's interested. Not for me, Richard. Not for me, buddy. That Leeds lad, love your hat. First time I've watched you. Hey up, mate. Cheers, pal. Stick a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers, buddy. Much appreciated. Yeah, Gareth White's. Much appreciated. Anthony Leeds, yeah, exactly. They Norwich, they aren't Leeds. No money changes that. Refreshing to hear that said. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Like I said, they could spend whatever they wanted, mate. There's a ceiling in there. There's a ceiling. And Leeds United are way past that. Regardless of money spent, you know, let's be fair, if we spent 50p, we'll still have the expectation bigger than what Norwich would ever have. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to spend money. We're going to back him. We're going to go in with a competitive squad for Prem. But even if we didn't spend money, there'd be Leeds fans saying we can finish 12th with what we've got, because we Leeds, and it's hard to sort of take those Leeds tinted glasses off at times because we're so passionate and we love them so much, and we can't think of an alternative to where we don't do well. Even though we know it's usually around corner to buyers and arse in it, not doing well. But like I say, even if we didn't spend, we'd still expect where Norwich could spend, and for me, they're still not good enough. Even attracting players to a side like Norwich, and that it's just not, it's not culpable for me. Whereas Leeds United, it's a totally different kettle of fish. It's like you're comparing apples and oranges. It's just it's fruit, it's football, but they're just different. It's just different. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated. Hit the like button, hit the link. Yeah, there's some links in chat as well, mate. Some other channels if you wanted to check them out too. Please check out my second channel, guys. That I've just created a couple of days ago. I am doing a stream tomorrow night, record tomorrow night, and I think I'm putting it out on Wednesday. Mental health chat with football with my mate Jake from Punk Chef 41. I think I'm saying it right, Punk Chef. I'm sure it's 41. Sheffield Wednesday channel, really good guy. Yeah. Can't work due to a disability, got a tough life, young family, puts all his heart and energy into his content, which is a tough time for Sheffield Wednesday fans, as you know. We can all laugh at him and all that, you know, with that rivalry, but put that aside for that stream. And when we had a fan gutted how his club's being run by that Chancery, it's awful. We know what it's like when you've got owners like that. So really looking forward to speaking to Jake tomorrow. I hope he's doing well. And yeah, I'll put that on Wednesday on my other channel, Full Time to Talk. So please check out Full Time to Talk. Let's get some of this amazing community I've got here on Imagine Not Being Leeds over there, and build something beautiful over there, man. It's not just the manager; it's up to the players out there on the pitch. Get this right, and we'll be okay. Yeah, 100%, 100%. My expat life in Colombia. Cool name. A French publication is saying the Diarra to Leeds deal is imminent. What do you think? Oh, I hope so. I hope so, mate. Thank you for that comment. Please like and subscribe, mate. I don't think I've seen you before. Really appreciate you commenting, mate. 1 sec. Yeah, I'll put it in now, mate. There you go, Michael. I banged it in there, mate. Thanks a lot, buddy, for asking, mate. Yeah, imminent, mate. I hope so. I really like what I saw against England. Again, mate, I can't profess to watch him week in, week out. But the fact he's 21, he's been captain at Strasbourg. I actually really rate Liam Rosinha as a manager. And he's been his manager last season, giving captain's armband. That forward run against England where he sought space in behind him, had a really clever run. He's got an engine on him, physical. He's got a high ceiling. Potential's massive on him. Yeah, I really want him. I really want him. It's easy, you know, to sort of speak about players I know, players in Premier League. We've had Longstaff links. We've had links to other players who I sort of watch and I've seen a lot more of. But the Diarra one really excites me. Yeah, I didn't know he won a couple of weeks ago, granted. But what I've seen, what I've read, what I've heard, watching that 90-minute, well, yeah, I think he played about 70 against England. Watching him there against England, friendly, yes, but playing in England, against your Jude Bellinghams and other players, he looked brilliant. He looked really, really good. He looked like honestly, I really want him, mate. Really, really want him. So that's got me excited. If we can wake up in a few days' time, we've got him. Wake up in a few days. I wish I could wake up in a few days' time. I need a long sleep. But even a couple of days' time, you know, or even if we've got to wait a bit longer, because we have been pretty spoiled now. If that Bijol one's done as well. But yeah, that'd be a great signing. It's exciting times, really is. In Fruits Leeds, think we best for Leeds born here. So seeing time of Frank Dave Harvey, Kenny Burns, so I've seen good and bad pal in your blood here, man. Yes, man. Yeah, there's the link for my other channel. Thanks, Michael. We have to keep some continuity going into next season. For me, adding more quality than what we already have has more opportunity to gel than changing everyone from top to bottom. Yeah, I agree. I think we've got some really really decent players as it is. Like I say, the foundations are great. We just need that spine toughening out a little bit more. I think the quality we've got, it was brilliant in the Championship. It's a massive step up now, but I do believe in the physicality needs to be on point. You know, Ramazani, obviously you've lost Solomon, but you've got Ramazani, you've got Dan James, you've got Nonto, Pirro, you've got quality in there, but it probably needs one or two more quality additions. But like I say, I think they're putting a lot of emphasis on strong, tall, athletic players. Athletic is one of the main attributes I think we need for that spine. You know, we really need that tall, strong, athletic player, box to box, engine, someone who can get forward and back. If you're looking at someone like a Diarra in midfield, Bijol, someone who's strong, who can you know score from set pieces, really good at aerial duels, same as Rodon, really high percentage in there. We can't get bullied, and I think the side that got us promoted, that would get bullied in Prem. That would get bullied. You know, Brendan Aronson get bullied. Potentially, Pirro get bullied. Potentially. You know, Ampadu, great, you know, physical player in Championship. Would he lose out to some of these midfielders in Prem? Potentially. Would Tanaka, again, the acid test? I can't wait to see. I can't wait. Because I rate Tanaka that highly. You know, am I rating some of these players too high? Again, we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, Paul, 100%. Cheers, Michael. Thanks a lot, mate. I put in Matty's WhatsApp group a few days ago, which signings for Leeds were you excited but were a failure? Mine was Robbie Fowler. Then I put Noah Lunt. Just for laugh. Cheers, Shawnee boy. Yeah, 100%, mate. Thoughts on what we are going to do at left back? First and foremost, mate, sign Sammy Byram. Get him back in. And then buy a second choice. No, I'd love Byram to come back in. There was like third choice. I don't know. I like that left back who play for Senegal. Gone quiet again on it. Again, we had links recently, haven't we, to Simicast, what first one. We had that. What was that lad from Villa? Someone will say it before I have a chance to look, but I haven't here. Alex Moreno. I like him as well. 32-year-old, a bit old, but experienced nevertheless. Really good player. It's gone quiet again, though. The striker's gone quiet. Now we've signed Nmecha. The left back's gone quiet. The goalkeeper's gone quiet. But we have been concentrating on trying to get these two deals over the line, and they're the most important deals at the minute, aren't they? Yeah, that's the one, Sean, that I would like. Max Aaron's again linked at left back. 100% it's lazy journalism. But he probably will want to know now, won't he? Didn't want to know when it's championship. But yeah, easy link to make. Don't mind Max Aaron's, but again, we can do better. I think Tanaka gets bullied, needs to bulk up a bit. Maybe. Steve Morrison. Richard Bournemouth have signed a new left back, so could the dominoes fall with Simicast? I hope not, because I want Joe B to do some press ups. Now, all jokes aside, I don't think the Simicast personal terms were ever agreed, in my opinion. I didn't think so at the time when it sort of broke. But I would love Simicast. I won't lie. I would love Simicast. The European players are physically strong, could do with a few Ukrainian players, yeah. You need a few Ivan Dragos in there from Rocky IV, don't we? I will break you. If he dies, he dies. Is Dan James dragging his heels on an extension? I don't know. There's been no talk of it, Andy. That's a worry, that, isn't it? I don't think Dan James would, to be fair. I think he's signed whatever we put in front of him. He just loves the club, doesn't he? I don't think there'll be no issues with Dan James signing. I just think it's probably, if I'm honest, there'll probably be a mutual agreement. It's going to happen. I think he's dead happy. He's playing his best football of his career right now. Why would he want to move on? Fans absolutely adore him. I think he knows, the club knows there's more important jobs that he's doing right now, which is building a squad worthy of staying up, good enough to stay up. I think that's something we as fans would like to see done, obviously, so we haven't got to worry about someone poaching him. But I think he won't be stressing about it. Club won't be. I think they'll probably just put it on ice and said, we'll sort out what needs sorting, and that can wait till later. That's potentially what's happened on that one for me. Yeah, maybe we'll have to see. It's a massive step up, but Tanaka's the one I've looked at for the last 12 months and think he is the one that can make the step. He's the number one, really, when I look at who's a Premier League player. But yeah, the physicality element is going to be interesting to see. Tanaka will be fine. He has quality international. He's a quality international. Yeah, Lord. I hope so, buddy. I think you're all right with that as well. He wants 3 years. They want to give him 2. Oh, I hope that's not a stumbling block. Used to see Tanaka after most home matches, his head went west and does let slightly poor performances get him down. Yeah, he does, to be fair. His confidence needs to be high. Yeah, when he hit that little bit of sticky form, which weren't for long, that Leeds lad, but it was a little bit, wasn't it? Maybe 3 or 4 games. I remember when Farker sort of publicly outed him, didn't he? He looked very low on confidence. Luckily, it didn't last long, and then he turned it around and Leeds. There was a period where Tanaka and Solomon both sort of wavered a little bit around that period where one winning 6, and his head did look like it gone down. It did, but yeah, he got it right in the end, and he ain't going to be able to dwell on things too much in Prem because there's going to be a lot of dwelling otherwise, isn't there? Wish my mates were straight like this. Michael got night all, night Matty. catch you all later. Yeah, well, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. So get your last few comments in. Boca Juniors beating Benfica. Yeah, I'm going to call it there. Nearly an hour and a half of me waffling. I wasn't going to do a quick one tonight, but it sort of just moved as it does. But yeah, please check out the links in the chat. Check out Danny Talks Leeds. Check out Marching On with Sean. Check out Passion for Leeds Callum. Wilco White's my mate Sean. Check out my channel, Full Time to Talk. There'll be a video coming out on Wednesday. Please check that out. Please like and subscribe on here if you liked my waffle. Thank you very much. Cheers, Anthony, mate. Thanks so much. Great stream as always, Aina. I hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well, mate. But yeah, thanks so much for everyone who's tuned in. Love you all. Have a great Tuesday. I'll be back at some point this week. Yeah, big up, man. Love yous. Take care.